This is a Friday night at about 25 till 7 local time. Crowd still filing in here on a work night. And should be a great weather forecast, it looks like, for tomorrow. So we invite you, if you live within, 2, 3, 4 hours of this place tomorrow, come on out. It's always good to join us live in a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. If not, Bob and I and Connor will have the call live here tomorrow night, 6:30. Starting time, Brandon Shepard at 18.635 here in DirtDraft.com Hot Laps. Jimmy Owens at 19.094. Mason Ziegler, Mike Lupfer, Ross Robinson, Chad Myers, Austin Berry, and Dylan Cece.
By the way, we'll also have basically 3 super late model races here tonight. We'll have 2 because of the Twin 25s for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And then there is a leftover feature from a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, it was not completed. I think 21 laps to go in the local super late model feature as well. And you will see that through MAV TV on FloRacing.
You're not going to miss a lap all weekend, right, Bob?
Nope.
How about this modified field? You've got, I talked to David
Hoffman.
Nick Hoffman is here.
Yeah, he's battling for the national title for the UMP Modifieds.
Right.
I believe Kenny Wallace is still in the lead there, and I'm sure everybody on social media will correct me if I'm wrong. But I know as of a couple of weeks ago, he was definitely still in the lead, and Kenny really looking forward to going after that title. But Hoffman and their good buddies wanting to take him down, and that's the spirit of competition between friends. It's all about the money, it's all about the fun, the glory, and the trophies, and both of those guys going after the national crown for the UMP Modifieds.
I talked to David Strimmy, former NASCAR driver, of course, here in a modified tonight, and he talked about the Hall of Fame a few weeks ago, and he said, I really didn't get to watch the race at Florence, but I enjoyed the Hall of Fame ceremony.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun, and yes. I appreciate, we appreciate it, everybody out there, all the fans, all the drivers that have come up to us, and man, we appreciate it, and that was a fun day, and Bob, I appreciate you being a part of that, and that was... Boy, all the drivers there and everybody, great speeches. And I'm sorry that I had to set a record.
You did.
And fortunately, hot laps are starting in a few hours, so I had to get out of there. But no, I mean...
It was only an hour and 15 minutes.
Well, if you're going to set a record, you might as well set one that may never be broken. So you might as well do like Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. Just set it and it goes on forever. But anyway. But I appreciate all the kind words I do.
My favorite thing was you were doing such a good job in telling us about your history, and you wanted to make sure that you thanked so many different people. And we all loved listening to your stories. And then we knew it was getting kind of late, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to do. And it was Berkey that stood up from the back row with a beer in hand, toasting you. A round of applause, and thank you for all that you've done.
Berkey, he said every time I said Brownstown, take a drink.
Yes.
And half of them was liquored up probably. But that was a good time, and I thank everybody on the board, and thanks everybody. By the way, we mentioned that a few weeks ago, Bob. If you'd like to be on the voting committee, just send me a private message on Twitter or Facebook. I know we've had a couple added. We always need people that love dirt late model racing, dirt track racing, the history of it. If you want to be involved in the voting committee, just send me a private message on Facebook, on my Facebook page, or on Twitter at Essex Lucas Oil. They can send one to you too. You're on the voting committee, so
there you have it. One of the honors for sure, being able to be part of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. The Miller in the number 94. Brandon Shepard, top time so far during Dirt Draft Hot Laps tonight. Folks, remember, Dirt Draft, you can play along tonight even with the Twin 25-lap format. Everybody is still on there in one group. You select your 5 drivers. You have that $100,000 salary cap. Choose your 5 different drivers, all rated at a different dollar amount, and then accumulate some points and go against some of the best fans in America. There's the Crusher Kid, Michael Norris. Man, what an ovation that he got at Lernerville when we went there for the Firecracker 100.
When he raced, they came unglued. I love it. I love it when the locals do well. We saw the 11 of Jason Schmidt out there. The 2 JW, that'll be Justin Weaver. The 15C is Jason Covert. And the 119, it'll be Brian Bernheisel. The 05, the veteran Roy Deese Jr., 9-time track champion at Hagerstown. The 10 of Jared Miley, who won the World of Outlaw race here earlier this season. And Gary Stuhler, the Beast of the East, 67 years old in car number 4. Right now he's second in the points here at Port Royal. There you see him right there in the Charles Phillips Rocket. Will still be Shep out in front, 18.635 here in DirtDraft.com. Hot Laps is the third group, and this will be, again, Group A. They'll qualify against each other. They'll be heat racing each other, and they'll be in that first feature here tonight. 25 laps, 5,000 win. Hey, welcome back. Mikey Marler took last weekend off. We missed him at Batesville, but he's back here at Port Royal, the 157 Cornet powered entry. And I hate to see that string broken of 21 straight. Was it 21 straight top 5
It was
finishes?
21 straight.
Start a new one. Start a new one.
In
Mike.
all of dirt late model racing.
Yes.
So just to clarify, because a lot of talk on social media, whether that was just with the series or whether it was all of dirt late model racing.
Yeah, it started in mid-June there.
Yeah.
Right after the middle. Yeah,
you know, the funny thing is, we kidded him about this a little bit. We said, the streak's broken. He goes, I just missed getting that top 5. He had a top 10
6,
run. Yes, he did.
And, you know, they've been on the road for 5.5 weeks. A lot of these guys have been on the road 7 weeks in a row. They've not taken a week off at all. And there's Dalton Wilson, second in O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The James Ratliff out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, owned car. Also in this group driving the 15R, that'll be Dale Hollage. The 72T, that'll be Tyler Emery. The 11 of Spencer Hughes. There's the 27 car, the veteran Jim Yoder out of Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania. Of course, his son Dylan had plans to come, but took ill. And Dylan, if you're watching home, brother, I know you've missed being here. And good luck to your dad here tonight, Earl Pearson Jr., the 46 out of Jacksonville, Florida, and the 32J, the kryptonite car of Sean Jones. Group 3 hot laps with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Top 10 run last week in Batesville, second to Jonathan Davenport. No shame in finishing second to JD last Friday night, was it? If not for a caution, who knows what had happened. There's the 72 car, formerly driven by Jason Covert. Tyler Emery behind the wheel in the 72 car. He was back with us on a snowy Sunday back in April. Yes, sir.
Oh, Spencer Hughes. We were just talking about the rookie, and he's up against the wall in between turns 3 and 4. Major damage to the right side of that race car. So Spencer Hughes having trouble in dirt draft hot laps. We were just about to mention that fellow rookie Dalton Wilson climbed to the top of the speed charts right now. 18.487 seconds for Dalton Wilson. There's Rick Schwally taking a look at that race car.
He does it all now, doesn't he? I mean, he's you know, him and Ernie. Good to have Ernie Leftwich here from Lucas Oil MLRA Series down there in Tech. And thumbs up on Spencer Hughes. The car, he's okay. The car, they're going to have to get to work on it to get it out here for time trials here in a little bit, Bob.
So pulling up some body work, bringing it off the racetrack. And that was from Spencer Hughes' machine. I'm sure he's frustrated. That kid, it's like a six-pack crew down there. All kids working on that race car. We take a look at what happened to Spencer Hughes down in the corner. We were just talking about bragging upon him. Here he is coming down the backstretch of the Speed Palace. Goes up into the corner. Looks like he might have just caught the right front on some of that loose stuff and went up into the wall. So bad break for Spencer Hughes early on in the first night here at Port Royal. Yeah, just as we assumed, folded that nose under, caught some of the loose stuff on the racetrack heading into turn number 3. And at that point, when that happens, kind of tucks the nose up underneath the right front tire, and you just lose your steering. And going at the speeds at which these dirt late models go at here at Port Royal, just no control whatsoever, and that's what puts Spencer Hughes up into the wall.
Aubrey Vaughn, Caleb Todd. I was talking to Tessa Sims last Saturday after the great run by Spencer on Friday night.
Yep.
She was a little jealous because obviously her parents own the 11 car, okay? But Spencer was out selling Hudson O'Neill shirts Saturday at Batesville, and she was just a little jealous, but not that much.
Wow.
But they're here today, so stop back there, get you a Spencer Hughes Hudson O'Neill. Fergie's here. We've got Brewster's back with Jonathan Davenport. We've got
Jimmy Owens down there.
souvenir
Greg Satterley.
Greg Satterley, yes.
Of course, the official merchandise of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Arizona Sports Shirts, and GottaRace.com. So if you're jealous that you're not here at Port Royal tonight, and I would understand why you are jealous, you can still go to GottaRace.com and pick up all the merch from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Yeah, our final visit of the year here. Again, we were here back in April. Greg Satterley took the win that Sunday afternoon. So the boys are going to have to get to work on the 11 car. As you can see, as they'll bring him around here, we'll get a good advantage here on that right rear, Bob. And
I can't tell.
Hopefully just some cosmetic damage. You see there's where the nose piece dug in and ripped the right front fender off.
Yeah, they'll check to see if that rear end is all squared up, if the toe is out a little bit further, because it looked like he hit the wall there, not only with the front but the rear as well. And I think they got some work to do for sure. Is that the drive shaft out? It is. Drive shaft out of that machine. So that team's got some work to do before qualifying here tonight.
All right, let's see. We'll bring Group 3 back out. They are in the infield area. We're going to bring out the fourth group, Bob, led up by the number 1 car. That'll be Tyler Erb, the best performance car out of New Waverly, Texas. Also to be the 10 car, first time here out of Eatonton, Georgia, the 18-year-old, that is Garrett Smith in the B2 car, the veteran Brian Booz in the B2 car. Here in this fourth group of hot laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series cars. Go ahead.
Is that the Dalton Wilson sticker on the number 1? I think it is. I have not seen that up close. I heard it was debuted, I think, last weekend at Batesville.
I liked it earlier this year. He had the Delmas Conley.
Yes.
On there. Of course, we'll be at Portsmouth
next
Saturday
perm.
night. Yeah, there.
The big perm. Dalton Wilson. Tyler Erb, one of the most charismatic drivers in the pit area. He's got a range of emotion. You know, he's either ticked off or he's super happy or nowhere in between is Tyler Erb. And that's what really makes him one of the most popular drivers on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And I'm sure that yellow van is down there in the midway as well. Get your Turbo Threads. Go to turbothreads.com or get your T-shirts, hats, and more with Caitlin down in his souvenir van.
He had a good run going to Batesville last week. Had a flat tire.
Yes.
And then did he have flat tire? Yeah, and then the distributor cap got knocked off of it. So they had to fix that, Randall Edwards did, under a caution. Cost him a good finish. Garrett Smith, that Cody Mallory crew chief car, Scott Smith, his father owns that. You never know where Garrett Smith's going to show up at, do you? I mean, he's been everywhere this year.
But he's doing what he needs to do to get laps, get that experience that he needs to get better behind the wheel of one of these 900 horsepower machines. And he's had some great runs. With the big old spoiler, he was top in time at East Bay earlier this year.
Okay, you had to go there, didn't you?
Hey, listen, he's a talented chauffeur for sure, but definitely getting a lot of experience on all of the races that he is running this year.
I remember when Chris Wall won a Lucas Oil race at Columbus, Mississippi at the Bull Ring, and he had a spec motor in. And he was running a big spoiler, and no. I think after that we changed the rules where you couldn't do that. But, hey, did you see Chris Wall had a comeback a few weeks ago down at the Talladega Short Track in Leon Anderson's car? Jared Landers last week. Chris, well, who do we need next coming making a comeback? I don't know.
I want to see Jared Landers. He was so much fun to watch.
He was.
By the way,
he was.
His team car, of course, the primary car for Lance Landers Racing. This gentleman right here in the Nutrien Ag Solutions, number 49, the hottest dirt late model driver in America. Jonathan Davenport, 3-time series champion. Davenport to third on his first lap, 18.630 seconds.
There's Dylan Stake in the number 19 car, regular here at Port Royal. Hayes Mattern also out there in the 9M. Cody Leiter, Kyle Strickler in the 8. Garrett Alberson, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year leader in car 58, Bob. Hayes Mattern, that's a nice-looking car, the number 9 car. Dalton Wilson right now. Kyle Strickler goes to second at 18.520. Mikey Marler still third. Davenport Shepard, your top 5. Kyle Strickler's got a good hot rod so far. Of course, Kyle Strickler, a native of Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania, home of the legendary Kenny Brightbill, big block modified and late model racer back in the 80s. Won at Jackson 100, once at Brownstown. And he right now second for Strickler. Dalton Wilson still top of the speed chart in that Longhorn by Wells for James Ratliff. Jeff Goldett, the crew chief. As you see the 8 car, his parents back there, they have the Kyle Strickler souvenir trailer. Mom and Dad running that. Mom and Dad still live here in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, right, Bob? He lives now in Mooresville, North Carolina. Does Kyle? Yes, go ahead.
There's some great names of towns in the state of Pennsylvania, too.
Right.
Chalk Hill,
Right.
Sinking Springs.
Right.
Love the charisma when you come up here to the Keystone State. They got some great racetracks as well, and we certainly enjoy coming here. Lernerville Speedway, they're back in late June and now coming over here again to Port Royal Speedway. One of the coolest stops for sure, and you can tell the history here. A lot of super late model history, but a lot of history as well with the sprint cars here at this racetrack.
Thank you. Well, we've had great car counts. I mean, the drivers have come out and supported us, the locals. I like this 2-day format. I was talking to Rick earlier about it. You know, we some of them, down Knoxville, we're going to do 3, and that's standard there. But, 2-day, I like this because the working guy, we want the working guy involved. It can only run on Friday or Saturday. We want them involved, and if you stretch it out to 3 nights, it's hard for them to come on a Thursday night, especially with school going on and all kinds of things, Bob.
I was talking to Dale McDowell about this format because it's what we had there, similar at Smoky Mountain Speedway, and he said, it's great because when you're one of the regional runners or, a guy like Garrett Smith or somebody like that, and you're trying to get laps, trying to get experience, dividing the field into 2, guaranteeing yourself everybody gets in a feature event, and then you split the competition a little bit. And because of that, you get a legitimate shot to go after, a good finish, a win, whatever it may be. And then the final day of this 2-day weekend, you go after the big bucks and everything is on the line. And a lot of people won't make it into the A-Main. But at the same time, that initial night gives you that opportunity to prepare yourself when things are just a little bit more important on Saturday. And one guy that definitely could have a shot, what a year it's been for Colton Flinner here at Port Royal Speedway. I remember watching, FloRacing earlier this year. I think it was on a Sunday, and that number 48 going to victory lane in the season opener. 5 wins overall, leading the points. Greg Satterley with the win when the Lucas Dirt Tour came here. What was it, back in April, I believe, right?
Yep. 9 wins overall this year at 8 different tracks. We mentioned that earlier, but you talked about that. What is so neat about it? Look how many drivers tonight. It'll be their first start ever in a Lucas Oil feature. That's pretty cool, That's pretty cool because you're talking about the nation's best dirt late model series, and we're proud to bring it to you. MAV TV on FloRacing. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight. Again, tomorrow night will be live at 6:30. We'll have heat races tomorrow night. Still planning if we do. We'll have 6 heats tomorrow night, a couple of Bs, provisionals tomorrow. No provisionals tonight. Everybody's in the show. No championship points tonight, though. As we're in group number 4, Jeff Ryan, the number 2J out of Danville, Pennsylvania. Logan Zarin out of Moon Township, PA. Greg Satterley out of Indiana, PA. Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Martinsville, Indiana. There's Hudson O'Neill also out of Martinsville, Indiana. Brandon Little, the 112. And Chris Ferguson, the Show Me 100 winner, back with us after a weekend off after Florence in that 22 car in the Team Zero entry out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. Star-studded lineup this weekend here at Port Royal. Everybody's going to be in a feature tonight. 51 cars entered here tonight. Still Dalton Wilson. Hudson O'Neill now. Hudson O'Neill, the quickest here in DirtDraft.com hot laps. Now, that's big also because he's a Lucas Oil regular, and he'd be eligible for that bonus at the end of the year. Right now, 18,381 for the Lazy Days RV car, 71. Oh, so close, Bob. Last Saturday night at Batesville, and last 20 laps were superb between Davenport, O'Neill, and McDowell. And as I mentioned earlier, if not for that caution, who knows? That's hard to believe. Nobody's ever won it back-to-back years, and O'Neill almost did it from 16th last week.
PSG, that's what we were saying for sure.
I said it. I know. Fifth, and that was the 5th group of hot laps. Group 6 led up by the Zero car. He was with us down at the Georgia Florida Speedweeks. That's Deshaun Gingrich and the Larry Bear, his grandfather's own car. Here in the 6th and final group. Hey, we've got a driver very familiar to us back racing tonight here in this Group 6. Have you taken a look? You saw him in the pit area there. Right there, that Costner second car. You love it, don't you?
Listen, when we rolled in and our director here tonight, Tiffany Swisher, told us, take a look at who's in the 66, the Salt Rock Express, Eddie Carrier Jr., former North-South 100 winner, and excited to have him here back with us for the first time in over a year, I believe it's been, since Eddie's been with us. But Eddie, just a good guy, good family right there. Jen Ashley, our executive producer, was all excited. She said the Salt Rock Express is back. So we'll see how he does here tonight. One of the loudest, whenever I see the replay of that race that he won in, and we saw it, leading up,
to the North-South a few weeks ago. Eddie Carrier Jr., native of Bergen, Kentucky, of course, Salt Rock, West Virginia now. Good to see him back in the car. He ran the Outlaws last weekend. Matt Cosner, the owner. Matt Cosner in this same group. There he is in the 66C car in that Global Truck Outfitters Line X entry. Rocking with Cornet power. We mentioned Colton Flinner. Told me he's got a brand new Cornet under the hood. I lost a motor last Friday night at Lernerville. Current points leader here. And he was in that last group of hot laps. Also Travis Stickley in the 32 car in this group. There he is right there. The final entry of the night out of Kaiser, West Virginia. Tim Wilson in the 3 car. And Russell Irwin out of Beaver Dam, Virginia in car number 22. And Tim McCready, the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, sporting that Midwest Sheet Metal orange spoiler. Good to see Chris Davis was at Batesville last week. Had the cowboy hat on. And Chris, I hope your dad's doing well, because his dad, I know, was in the hospital, and hopefully he's doing well. Haven't heard a report on that, but Chris, we love you, and we thank you for all your support, brother.
Yeah, Chris, text us. Let us know for sure. We're thinking about you, and hopefully things are getting better there. Tim McCready with a couple of wins here at Port Royal Speedway in his career. Won one of the prelim nights last year here at Port Royal. So this track, one of the closest to his hometown of Watertown, New York. Hudson O'Neill, Dalton Wilson, Kyle Strickler, Jeff Ryan, and Mike Marler, the top 5 so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
What a group of cars. Outstanding. I mean, this is going to be some kind of weekend. The richest late model purse ever here at Port Royal. The Tuscarora 50 for the sprints, I believe, paid $55,000. That is a track record. So the late models, Steve O'Neill and the whole crew here, they're all volunteers, by the way, and they do a great job here, no doubt about it. And we're proud and honored to be here. Hudson O'Neill will be the fastest here in DirtDraft.com hot laps at 18.381. Then it'll be Dalton Wilson, Kyle Strickler, Jeff Ryan, Mike Marler, your top 5. Then Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Shepard, Chris Ferguson, Tyler Erb, and Spencer Hughes, even though he only got one good lap in before the nose piece dug in, got in the wall, he ended up 10th here. Eddie Carrier Jr., 11th overall out of 51 cars.
All right, Modifieds also on hand here tonight at Port Royal. The voice of the Port Royal Speedway, Earl, is with us as well. Earl, you got a stellar field of mods here.
We sure do. 31 drivers signing in to Mid-Atlantic Modified competition here tonight. Once again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Port Royal Speedway for night number 1 of the Rumble by the River, featuring the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds. I am Earl Hoon Jr., Brad Strasser sitting right next to me, and Brad, we have been talking about this event all year long. This is by far one of the biggest events that we have on the 2022 racing schedule.
Yeah, this is something you have circled on the calendar when the schedule comes out there in the winter time. Excited to see the pits full and the camping area is stacked. And that's just tonight. Tomorrow, $50,000 to win in that finale. Really excited to be a part of this event and really excited to see how things shake out.
Absolutely. But as you can see, the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds are on the Speedway for their hot lap sessions. Once again, we have 31 drivers signing into competition here tonight. When we are done with their hot lap sessions, we're going to go right into qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. But as you can see, making his way into turn number 2, that is car number 18 of Brandon Kinzer. Brandon Kinzer in the 18.
And you see there, coming out of turn number 2, that's car number 71 of Al Brewer. Al Brewer in the 71 there, going under the IP sign there off of turn number 2.
Also out there in this hot lap session will be car number 28 of Mason Lobb. Mason Lobb in the 28 here tonight.
There's Michael Duck making his way into turn number 3, piloting that silver, purple, and yellow, number 73. That's Michael Duck.
Also out there in this hot lap session, car number 58 of Donnie Farling. Donnie Farling in the 58. He has a lot of laps around here at the Port Royal Speedway, especially when we had the limited late models here, when we had the crate division for a couple seasons here at the Speed Palace. So keep your eye on car number 58. That's Donnie Farling.
There's the 10S of Tim Schult in the 10S, coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway here.
And that's going to be George Dixon Jr. in the 77 going into turn number 1, as we are going to wind him up and turn him loose for the first hot lap session of the evening for the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds. The Mid-Atlantic Modifieds only come here to the Port Royal Speedway once a year, and that's when the Lucas Oil late models come here into town for the Rumble by the River.
Yeah, 31 cars signed in for action here tonight. Plenty of big names that are joining us here as they're timing in right now. Fast time around 21.1 seconds, but just getting their first lap in the books as we'll see those start to tick down a little bit. There's Rick Eckert in the 0 going down the back straightaway. One of the drivers doing double duty here tonight, the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds and in Super Late Model competition.
Eckert is fastest so far in this hot lap session with a 21.109. That's 21.109 as the checkered flag is coming out now. And Eckert is going to stay fastest so far. Was a little faster on his second lap at a 20.947. That's 20.947. Brad, he is the only driver right now to break into that 20-second mark.
Yeah, Brandon Hoover went second quick with a 21.101. Then Mason Lobb third quick with a 21.740. Brandon Kinzer fourth with a 21.766. George Dixon Jr. rounded out the top 5 with a 21.839.
Second group of Mid-Atlantic Modifieds making their way out onto the Speedway for their hot lap sessions. Fans, we do want to give you a reminder that Dirt Racing Outreach is here at the Port Royal Speedway this weekend. They are going to have a church service taking place tomorrow at 2 p.m. inside the commercial building. That building is located directly behind the main grandstand. So we'd like to thank Russ Ward and company for returning back here to the Port Royal Speedway. So once again, Dirt Racing Outreach is going to have a church service taking place here tomorrow at 2 p.m. inside the commercial building.
Second of 3 groups out here now as Dan Davies is making his way down the back straightaway there in the 71D. Dan Davies piloting the 71D, first car out here for this second group of hot laps.
There you have the 95A of Michael Altabelli Jr. Altabelli was able to park it here in Victorian Science and Graphics Victory Lane last year during the Rumble by the River for the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds.
There's the 114 of Dennis Perigo piloting the black and white 114 entry there in turn number 4.
That's the 8A of Austin Holcomb about to come off turn number 4 and see the green flag. That is the 8A of Austin Holcomb. The 11H of Keith Jackson just getting the green flag. Beautiful looking car right there. As we said, we don't have the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds on a weekly basis here at the Port Royal Speedway. They only about come here once every year, and it's when the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series come to town for the Rumble by the River. But ladies and gentlemen, don't sleep on them. They always put on a superb show here at the Speed Palace. As once again, Rick Eckert is fastest so far in hot laps for the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds. He's the only driver to break into the 20-second mark.
But Austin Holcomb going on top of the board just as you say that. Timing it at a 20.727, now fastest overall in hot laps.
So track getting faster as you have the 66C of Jacob Marker just taking the checkered flag. Jacob is 11th quick so far in hot laps overall at a 21.879. But as the second group makes their way into the infield, Austin Holcomb is fastest so far in hot laps, as Brad said, with a 20.727. Right now, Rick Eckert second quick at a 20.947. Keith Jackson in the 11H third quick at a 21.004. Brandon Hoover fourth quick at a 21.101. And Justin Cullum fifth quick at a 21.171.
Third and final group of hot laps out here for the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds, and Drake Troutman piloting that number 7 car, making his way through turns number 1 and 2. Good to have Drake Troutman here with us tonight.
And making his way into turns 1 and 2, car number 2, that is Nick Hoffman. Nick Hoffman in the deuce.
Gonna have to watch out for him. Excited to have Nick Hoffman with us. Trailing Hoffman there in the 6A, that's Ryan Ayers, piloting that orange-topped Mid-Atlantic Modified there on the back straightaway. Ryan Ayers out there in the 6A.
And behind him is going to be car number 76 of Brady Daniels. Brady Daniels into 76 here tonight.
And in turn number 2, he put it on the podium both nights when the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds were here with us last year. That's the 35 of David Stremme. David Stremme in turn number 2.
That's Alyssa Rao in the 55 coming up to speed in turns number 3 and 4. She was in competition last weekend out at the Path Valley Speedway Park. She runs the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds pretty much full-time, but she did all 3 divisions out there as she was able to find a ride in the 305 sprint car and was also in super late model competition last week. And keep an eye on her, as once again these drivers are shooting to beat Austin Holcomb, as Holcomb is fastest so far in hot laps with a 20.727. As caution flag is out on this hot lap session, we have a car spinning out there on the bottom side of turn number 4.
That's the 610 of Dan Patterson that came to a stop there by the MAV TV sign. He's able to throw it in reverse, should be able to fire back off on his own there in turn number 4.
So we're going to wind him up and turn him loose one more time. 35 of David Stremme. He's second quick so far overall in hot laps. Lap of a 20.930. As once again, we welcome everyone that is tuning in at home, as we are live right here at the Port Royal Speedway for the opening night of the Rumble by the River, featuring the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and the Mid-Atlantic Modifieds, as the checker flag is out on the third and a final hot lap session. And it looks like Austin Holcomb, he's going to stay on top of the Bobby Rahal scoreboard at the end of hot laps with a 20.727. That's 20.727.
David Stremme was the fastest in the group, second overall with a 20.930. Rick Eckert, third overall with a 20.947. Keith Jackson, fourth quick with a 21.004. And Brandon Hoover rounded out the top 5 with a 21.101.
So we will get those cars back out into the pit area. The next time you will see them, they will be coming out for their 4 heat races A little later on, those heat races will be 8 laps the distance. So we're about to get underway with qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Whoever sets fast time overall in qualifying will start off their night an extra $200 richer, courtesy from our friends at Lovers Concessions.
And hard charger in each race, right?
Absolutely. Yep, $200 extra also for tonight's hard chargers in each feature event for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
We appreciate that. Hey, by the way, we've got our first winner of the night, Earl Bertha C. Holtz. Bertha C. Holtz, you're a Super Clean 5-pack winner. Stop down at the Super Clean booth. See Jack and everybody down there. Again, Bertha C. Holtz. Stop down there at the Super Clean booth. You are a winner here tonight at the Juniata County Fairgrounds.
All right, time for All-Star Performance qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
All right, Bob, here we go. First will be the 9Z out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. That'll be Mason Ziegler and the Barry Wright Clements. Followed by the 7 out of Georgetown, Delaware, and the Longhorn Clements. That'll be Ross Robinson. And the 21 out of Hempstead, Maryland, and the Rocket Pro Power. Chad Myers at the 86 out of South Midland, PA. In the Rocket ANC Racing Industry is Austin Berry. First lap time for the former series rookie of the year, Mason Ziegler, is going to be 18.939. 18939. Ross Robinson, lap 1, is going to be fast time, 18.779. Chad Myers, third in the points here at Port Royal at 19.742. Austin Berry, lap 4, is going to be third at 19.371. Here comes Ziggy, lap 2, and he'll remain second at 18.945. Robinson, he'll go quicker at 18.633. Chad Myers in the 21.
Myers just up into the wall a little bit down in the corner, so he's going to slow that race car down just a little bit, James.
Barry at 19.958. So Ross Robinson right now in that Stokely Materials, Iron Source, the Frozen Farmer, Sandy American, Atlantic Prime Mortgage, Penske Shocks, Commonwealth Equipment Sales, quickest so far in 7. Up next will be the Zero Car, the veteran, 56 years old, the Hall of Famer out of York, Pennsylvania. It'll be Rick Eckerdies of the Rocket J. Dickens, the Dryden Zero, followed by the 24-time series champion out of Newport, Tennessee, 50-year-old Jimmy Owens in the Ramirez Rocket Vic Hill. Race Monument Company, Tim Short out of Group Boom Test Well Service, George Arms, Redline Oil, Midway Sheet Metal, Sunoco, and Bill Stein, followed by the 18 Star. In his Lucas Oil debut tonight, it'll be Dylan CC out of Millhall, PA. With the Longhorn Pro Power, Keystone Rail Recovery, Close Racing Supply, J.E. Gardner Builders, Todd's Auto Body, followed by the 06 out of Shermansdale, PA, 42-year-old Mike Looper in the Longhorn Pro Power, Rubicon Factory, Pricing Buick, GMC, Gant Services, ML Shock Performance, Miller's Racing Parts, Looper, Drafting Service, Batch, Carpentry, Eckert, third in Group A in 19.095. This will be the Group A feature, by the way, as well, after they run 3 heats. Jimmy Owens second at 18.872. Dylan CC at 19.196. Looper is going to be fourth here at 18.988. Lap 2 for Eckert to go to second at 18.835. 18835, the Dryden Zero for Eckert. Jimmy Owens, he'll go back into second at 18.765. And Dylan CC, only his 6th race ever in a super late model, 19.502. And Luke for lap 2, 19.414. So Bob through 8 cars. It's Ross Robinson. Remember, there's 10 bonus points tonight. We will not qualify tomorrow night, by the way. We'll run 6 heats tomorrow night, 2 Bs. Robinson, 18.633. Here's second in the points. It'll be Brandon Shepard 29-year-old out of New Berlin, Illinois, the Mark Richards Racing Rocket Durham, followed by the 72 out of Sarver, Pennsylvania, 30-year-old Michael Norris in the Rocket Henry Racing Engines entry, followed by the 4, second in the points at Greencastle, PA, 67-year-old Gary Stuhler in the Charles Phillips Rocket Clements, and the 10, the Jet out of Pittsburgh, PA, 36-year-old Jared Miley in the Joe Corrado Rocket Dumbhoff Racing Engines entry. Shepard fast time, 18.293. Norris 5th at 18.904. Stuhler, the Beast of the East, he'll clock it at 8th at 19.021. Here comes Miley. Won a World of Outlaw Late Model Series race here earlier this year. Go to 11th at 19.382. Shepard lap 2 is a little bit slower at 18.675. Norris lap 2. And Michael stays 5th at 19.369. 359. Stuhler will go to 3rd at 18.732. Miley, he'll be 10th at 19.222 in the Calusi Chevrolet Blue Mountain Energy Johnson's Auto Service. So new quick time at 18.293. The number 1 of Brandon Shepard in the Sunoco Kaiser Select Wheel Services, Integra, Rocket Prio Motors, Petro Towing, Gunner, Santa Yes Metalworks, Weber Cab Ranches, Valvoline, Rocket Durham. The next 4 will be the 94 in the Bob Pierce Race Car entry out of Maryville, Virginia. 34-year-old Jason Miller Durham powered entry. Of the 05, 9-time Hagerstown Truck Champion out of Laurel, Maryland, in the Rocket of 80 Racing Engines entry. It's Roy Deese Jr. The 2J out of Williamsport, PA, in the Rocket Leggett. It'll be Justin Weaver in the 11 out of Lewistown, PA, in the Longhorn Miller. It'll be Jason Schmidt. Jason Miller. First lap in the Pierce car, 19.510. Roy Deese Jr. in 19.784. Justin Weaver in the Chaz Used Auto Parts, Knowles Fire Protection, Wise Construction entry. Weaver at 19.635. Schmidt at 20.072. Jason Miller, the 94, at 19.529. He'll remain 12th. Roy Deese Jr. Lap 2 is going to be 19.974. Justin Weaver in the 2J. And Weaver's second lap is going to be 12th at 19.421. And Jason Schmidt in the 11 car, 19.761 in the Schmidt Garage entry. Jason Miller, the FJ and Industrial Mechanical, all about doors, Watermelon Park, Nationwide Insurance, Making Grip, Data Acquisition, all about wraps, and Penske. It's still Shepard, Ross Robinson, Stuhler, Owens, your top 4. The 119 set on the front row here back in April out of Jonestown, PA. It'll be Brian Bernheisel, the 36-year-old, and the Laser Clements. Followed by the 15 out of York Haven, Pennsylvania, the Rocket Quartet of Jason Covert. Followed by the 15R out of Mechanicsville, Maryland, 33-year-old Dale Hollidge of the Rocket Clements. And the 72 out of King George, Virginia, 29-year-old Tyler Emery, the Cameron Man Motorsports Rocket Pro Power. Bernheisel, 9th at 19.117 for the second-generation driver, Covert. Jason Covert at 19.230. Hollidge will go to 5th at 18.827. Tyler Emery, his first lap is going to be 19.732. Bernheisel is going to be 19.240, remains 10th. Covert, he'll go to 10th now at 18.989. Hollidge, Dale Hollidge remains 5th at 19.134. Tyler Emery at 72 cars, going to be at 19.254, 19254. So through 20 cars in Group A, it'll be feature number 1 tonight. It's Brendan Shepard, Ross Robinson, Gary Stuhler, and Jimmy Owens, your top 4. Here's the 157 back in the Lucas Oil Series at Winfield, Tennessee. The Longhorn Quartet of Mike Marler and the Ronnie Delk entry. And the 11 car. He did go to the backup, but he remains his spot in order at Meridian, Mississippi. It'll be Spencer Hughes, the Craig and Shannon Sims Longhorn Quartet. And the 18 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the James Ratliff Longhorn Clements of Dalton Wilson. And the 27 out of Sealands Grove, PA, in the Masters Bill Miller. It'll be Jim Yoder. Mikey Marler, third quick time at 18.725. And problems on the 11, Bob. Spencer Hughes went to a backup car, and he has problems. First lap was 20.020. And Dalton Wilson, 19.058. We'll see exactly what happened as Hughes down the main straightaway. Connor Wade will check on that for us, Bob. But, man, what a good night. Not a good night start for Spencer Hughes.
Trying to figure out exactly what happened to Spencer Hughes. We will update you when we can. 1 lap to go for everybody else left on the racetrack. Coming to the green this time by.
In cash bonus tonight, Lawver's Concessions, $200 for the hard charger and each feature. Mikey Marler, he was the fastest qualifier back here in April. And Mikey Marler, 1 lap coming in. His first lap was 3rd at 18.725. There you see the 27 of Jim Yoder. And his son Dylan, a regular here, unable to make the call tonight because feeling ill, stayed at home. Dalton Wilson in the 18D. Marler, it's quicker, 18660, remains third, 18660. And then Rockets Convenience Plus, Tri-Rivers Enterprises, Can-Am Salvage, number 157, Dalton Wilson. First lap is 18834. That'll be his best lap. Second lap is 19400. That's seventh overall. And Jim Yoder at first lap was 19788. Second lap is 20.350. And that Masters-built GMR Excavating and Demolition, Strauss Electric, SNR Towing and Recovery, and Fogelman Trucking. So getting down the end, two more to go in Group A. It'll be Earl Pearson Jr., the 46 out of Jacksonville, Florida. The 50-year-old Jason Papage, Longhorn Clements, Lucas Oil, Tekla, Recker and Crane, Papage Construction, Inchberger Trucking, Sierra Pacific Materials, Bill Stein, Sunoco, C&D Contractors, Duval Electric, Millard Family Chapels, Remy Realty, and the 32J and the Kryptonite out of Shermansdale, PA, Sean Jones, J. Dickens Power Plant. Under the hood, EPJ will go ninth at 18857. 18857. Lap number one for Jones in that Kryptonite. Lap two for Pearson, third quick time at 18635. 18635. Jones, first lap was 19731. Lap two is 19787. In the Baker Door Company, Red Wing Shoes, Palmer's Automotive Chassis, Used Auto Parts, HV Mechanical. That should do it, Bob. 26 cars in this group, 25 in the next one, 51 overall. And it's Brandon Shepard. Important, 10 bonus points. Fast time in Group A, Bob, 18.293.
Yeah, good performance by the Rocket House Car team, number one on the board after Group A qualifying. So Shepard going to be sitting well for tonight's heat races for the first of the two twin 25-lap A mains. It's Shepard, Ross Robinson, the rookie, Earl Pearson Jr., the four-time champion, Mike Marler, and Gary Stuhler, the top five after Group A. A little bit further back, Jimmy Owens, Dale Hollidge, Dalton Wilson, Rick Eckert in 0, 2 wins this year for the scrub at Port Royal Speedway. In the ninth spot, Michael Norris, the Crusher Kid, rounding out the top 10. So Brandon Shepard tops in times for All-Star Performance qualifying in Group A qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
I'd like to welcome all the great fans of Lernerville Speedway, home of the Firecracker 100. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series will be back there next June. Rained out tonight at Lernerville. A lot of people watching on MAV TV on FloRacing. Hey, come on out. I don't know. I don't think they can make it tonight, but come on out tomorrow, right? See this live and in person here tomorrow at $50K to win. Group B, which will be Group B feature, 3 heats before that. Up first will be the 10 car. His first time here at Port Royal out of Eatonton, Georgia. It'll be 18-year-old Garrett Smith and the Rocket Vic Hill. Terminal maintenance and construction. Also Davis Tire, Garrett Smith Performance, Base Racing Fuel, Senior Life Insurance Company, Dirt Car Lift, and the world-famous Cadillac Ranch, followed by the 49. The number one ranked dirt late model driver of the nation out of Blairsville, Georgia, 38-year-old Jonathan Davenport in the Lance and Darla Landers, Double O Motorsports, Longhorn Cornette, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Spartan Mowers, ASC Warranty, Bill Stein Shocks, VP Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, followed by the B2 out of Greencastle, PA. It'll be Brian Booz. He's at the Rocket Kuntz Motor Engine under the hood. CEB Motors, Sebco, Mart, Sign Design, Palmer Construction, and Collision Center. Followed by the 25, a regular Port Royal out of Lewistown, PA. It'll be Cody Leiter in his Lucas Oil debut tonight in a Masters built. Miller Racing Engines entry. Crawl Works, Brandon and Royer Septic Services, Gray's Towing, T&J Screen Printing, and Cornwell Quality Tools. Sponsor Cody Leiter, who is currently 7th in the points here at Port Royal.
By the way, the track record here for late models at Port Royal Speedway, 17.470 seconds, set back in 2017 by Jeff Ryan when the track is a little bit cooler in the springtime. That was set in May of 2017.
You can't get much cooler than it was here in April, brother.
You can't.
Right now.
Everybody was shocked that that race got underway. Still a bunch of fans in the grandstands. Thank you to everybody at Port Royal Speedway and the Fair Board for allowing that race to happen because that was downright cold. I remember watching it. I felt for everybody here That was at Port Royal.
Yeah, you did. You was sitting at home in Indiana and in your PJs and had your feet in. You had it all. Your wool socks or whatever else you're wearing, right? I don't know. It was fun. It was a good race. It was a very good race. All right, Group B coming up next. They will have 3 heats for them, and then there will be a main event tonight, 25 laps tonight. I like it. Everybody's going to get to start a main event. As Rick likes to say, everybody gets a paycheck. I like that as well. And, again, Lawver's Concessions. Overall quick time right now still remains Brandon Shepard, of course. 18.293, that's the time to shoot for. Here in Group B, and also the hard charger of the races in each of the features. They'll get $200 each. All right, Garrett Smith, Jonathan Davenport, Brian Booz, and Cody Leiter are top 4. Coming up next in Group B, they're going to be on the gas here at the Speed Palace in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Garrett Smith just graduated high school back in the month of May. On the gas out of turn number 2, Jonathan Davenport. He's won 3 straight 50K win in Crown Jewel races in dirt late model racing. He has led every lap of those as well. 300 consecutive laps out in front. Garrett Smith, a 19.008, 19.008. Here's Davenport, lap number 1 with a 3-time Lucas Oil champion. 18.757, 18757 for Davenport. Brian Booz, the veteran driver, 19.925. And here comes Cody Leiter. It is Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series debut tonight at 21.368. Lap 2 for Davenport. Or Garrett Smith, rather, is 21.899. Davenport. Lap 2 is 19.065. Here comes Brian Booz, B-O-O-Z-E. 20.286, Cody Leiter, lap 2. In car number 25. He's going to be 20.760. All right, Hayes Mattern. He's going to be up next in the number 9 at Beavertown, Pennsylvania for the 26-year-old in the Longhorn, Jay Dickens. The Weekender Potato Chips. Ivan Lawver and Son, Pheasant Funeral Home, Hawks Landscaping, followed by the 8 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, by way of Sinking Springs, PA. It'll be 38-year-old Kyle Strickland in the Melanie Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Cat Industries, G-Style Transport, PFC Brakes, Andy's Towing, Dirt Wrap. And it'll be the 19 out of Three Springs, Pennsylvania. It'll be Dylan Stake and the Rocket Barons Racing Engines. And the number 1 out of New Waverly, Texas, the Eric and Kelly Brock Best Performance, Rocket Clements of Tyler Erb. Hayes Mattern, 19.583. Strickler second at 18.905. Dylan Stake at 19.300. Kyle Strickler back in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series after a couple of weekends off. And lap number 2 for Hayes Mattern is going to be 19.877 Strickler. And second lap for Kyle Strickler is going to be 18.955. Dylan Stake at 19.347. And Tyler at 19.306. See what he can do. And he's off the pace on lap 2. He's off the pace, 20.991. 20.991 for Tyler. So Jonathan Davenport at 18.757. Quickest here in Group B so far. Up next will be the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Top rookie, it's Garrett Alberson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, now living in Dubuque, Iowa. The Roberts Racing Black Diamond Clements, followed by the 2J, the veteran out of Danville, PA, the track record holder, 45-year-old Jeff Ryan in the Longhorn Clements, followed by the 1Z out of Moon Township, PA, 19-year-old Logan Zarin in the Rocket Pro Power, and the 22, 9 times a winner this year in Dirt Late Model Racing out of Indiana, PA, 37-year-old Greg Satterley, Gary Satterley, Rocket Clements. Alberson 7, the 19.547, Jeff Ryan at 19.199, Logan Zarin at 19.709. And lap 1 for Satterley is going to be 5th at 19.285. Alberson will go to 5th here in Group B at 19.249 from the Roberts 58. And Jeff Ryan at 19.125, Logan Zarin. And Logan will clock it at 19.784 Satterley. And Satterley remains 6th at 19.324. So through 12 cars in Group B, it's Jonathan Davenport, Kyle Strickler, Garrett Smith, Jeff Ryan, your top 4. Up next will be the 20 RT, last year's series rookie of the year in Anna Martinsville, Indiana. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the 31-year-old, the Todd and Vicky Burns, SSI Motorsports, Longhorn Clements, Big River Steel, Hudson O'Neill, the 71 out of Martinsville, Indiana as well. In the Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports, Rocket Cornet, Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority. The 48 current points leader here out of Allison Park, PA. 20-year Colton Flinner in the John Johnson Longhorn Cornet. And the 112 out of Carlisle, PA, 36-year-old Brandon Little in the Rocket Junkyard Dog Motor for Brandon Little. Thornton fast time, Grove B. 18.639 for RTJ. O'Neill, who was quickest in high laps, 14th right now, 19.931. Flinner in a new Cornet-powered entry, 19.244 for Brandon Little at 20.441. Thornton lap 2, 19.067. Here comes O'Neill. He'll go to 11th at 19.491. And lap 2 for Flinner. Former series rookie of the year, go to 6th at 19.356. Lap 2 for Brandon Little at 20.369. So, for the first time in quite some time, it's not Jonathan Davenport fastest in Group B. It's Ricky Thornton Jr. at 18.639 in the 20 RT. Next will be the 22, the Show Me 100 winner at Mount Holly, North Carolina. 32-year-old Chris Ferguson in the Conard, Team Zero, Bloomquist Clements, followed by the 66 junior. Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Out of Salt Rock, West Virginia, it'll be Eddie Carrier Jr. in the Rocket Cornet for Matt Cosner, followed by the 0G out of Dover, PA. The 16-year-old, it'll be Deshaun Gingrich in the Larry Bear Rocket Hershey Racing Engines entry. And the number 2 out of Thompson, PA, 45-year-old Dan Stone in the Super Deuce Racing Longhorn Custom car number 2 here in Group B. Ferguson's going to need a push. So Chris Ferguson, now this is the car he started off at Florence. Remember, he said fast time on the Thursday night preliminary night, then burn a piston on Friday night. Had to go to the silver car. He ran at the Eldora Million. So Ferguson trying to get that Clements Power 22 underway. Brian Conard, his father, the owner of that car. And looks like Ferguson may not get a lap in here in qualifying as he heads down the back straightaway. In that Diff Trend Machining, Live Oak, Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, K&K Trucking, Carolina Roofing and Gutters, The Racing Warehouse, Heckles Plumbing, Schaefer's Oil, Fox Shocks. Number 22 Loves coming to Port Royal. Always runs well when the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series comes to town. Also on the track, the Eddie Carrier Jr. in that Cosner 66 Junior, the Line X, Nelson Auto Sales, Royal Purple, Synthetic Oil, Mighty Auto Parts, RH Lap, Mechanical Contractors, Deshaun Gingrich, the Frico Fabrication, Chris Wells Towing and Repair, 0G, Dan Stone. Be out in a little bit. Ferguson, fast time at 18.623. 1.8623, Eddie Carrier Jr. in 19.486. Deshaun Gingrich at 19.974. Dan Stone 12th at 19.446 in the BA Custom Enter Stones Excavating. Lap 2 for Ferguson is 18.988. Carrier lap 2. Eddie Carrier Jr. goes to 5th at 18.938. Gingrich at 20.677. Stone. Dan Stone will be 8th at 19.237. Chris Ferguson fast time at 18.623 in Group B. Whatever issue he had, he got it corrected quickly, didn't he? Travis Stickley, the 32S of the Kaiser, West Virginia, in the Rocket Clements. Followed by the 39, the current points leader, sporting the Midwest Chevy Orange spoiler. That'll be Tim McCready, the Panther Motorsports Longhorn Cornet out of Watertown, New York. Tim Wilson, the 3 out of Thompsontown, PA, the Rocket Cornet. And the 66C Matt Costner, and originally West Virginia, the Rocket Cornet. Stickley, 17th at 19.630. McCready, 8th at 19.185. Tim Wilson, first lap for him, 20.030. Matt Costner, 19.335. Stickley, lap 2, 19.555. McCready will go to 4th in Group B at 18.853. Tim Wilson in that Frico Fabrication, Wilson's Body Shop, Wilson Auto 3. And Tim Wilson 17th at 19.543. Matt Cosner, how about that? Team cars 6th and 7th. Eddie Carrier Jr. 6th. Matt Cosner 7th. 18.976. Should have one more to go. Russell Irwin. The 22 out of Beaver Dam, Virginia, in the Mastersville. Nova Racing Engines and 3. Irwin Racing, High Farms, Dickinson Sanitation, Penske Shocks, Collins Signs, Witten Brothers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Mazda, Fritz's Car Care, SJ Motorsports, Thomas Clark Performance. 22 of Russell Irwin. Final qualifier of the night, the 51st and final qualifier. And he's going to be 20th in Group B in 19.596, 195.96 at that nice looking 22. Goes into turn 3. Again, this is for the lineup for the 3 heats in Group B tonight. Out at turn 4. Hang on, Russell. Gets her straightened out. Glad to have him back with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series 20.243. 20243. And Bob, it took him a while, but he got going. You're fastest in that Team Zero Clements, the 22. 18.623 fans. How about it for Chris Ferguson?
A little Fergie time in Group B qualifying. Sets himself up well. Got some rain, a little weather just to the west of us a little bit that we're paying attention to here at Port Royal Speedway. But we look at the top 10 in time from Group B qualifying during All-Star Performance qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Ferguson out of North Carolina, Ricky Thornton Jr. in second in the 20 RT. Jonathan Davenport's going to be good here tonight in 49. Third, Tim McCready, the series point leader in fourth. Rounding out the top 5, Kyle Strickler from Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania in 8th. And how about Eddie Carrier Jr. and Matt Cosner, the teammates here at Port Royal tonight. 6th and 7th, Garrett Smith, 18 years old, in the 10G is 8th. Jeff Ryan, so good here at this racetrack in the 2J and the Super Deuce. Dan Stone, also a big-time winner here at Port Royal Speedway in his career. The Super Deuce rounds out the top 10. There is Brandon Shep.